Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Terror Drome. I am your host, KJ, aka Black Genghis, joined as always by the man, the myth, and legend himself, Tony Figs. What's up, man?
What's up, buddy? How you guys doing?
Doing good. You know, I got my cohort with me straight out of Geeks Have Game, the one and only Trav Moody. What's up, man?
What's up? 40th anniversary, G.I. Joe!
Let's
Yeah, baby. Big time.
Before we kick off with that, we got to give a very special welcome back. Your dreams were your ticket out back to Fixer himself, Chris Johnston, straight out of Kit Bash Creations. What's up, man?
Woo! I lived. I'm so happy, man. Everything's coming up Millhouse for Daddy. I'm loving it.
Nah, man.
Glad to have you back, brother.
For a second. Yeah, man.
Glad to be back.
All right, so we got a ton of stuff. Hasbro kicked off yesterday with an amazing, massive live stream for their 40th anniversary for G.I. Joe. Really quick, let me get everybody's overall thoughts. Trav, you go first. What did you think about yesterday's live stream?
Spoiler alert. This is the first Hasbro Pulse stream. I give the Dave Meltzer scale, Wrestling Observer, 6 out of 5 whiskeys. It was awesome. 2 hours, straight goodness. Even the segments that had nothing to do with toys went really quickly. They were more interesting. They didn't boggle down the show. We'll go on and on about it later on, but I friggin' loved it. I watched it twice.
All right, man. 4 shots in the double. Tony, what about you?
I loved it, man. It's like 4.5 to 5 whiskeys right in between there. It was really good. It was cool. The beginning intro, they played it again at the end. That was funny as hell,
yeah,
man. Like,
great.
Are you serious? That's crazy.
Yeah, the fan.
Yeah,
no,
that was a good time.
No, it's super dope. What about you, Chris? What'd you think?
I got to go 5 Irish whiskeys on this one, baby, because, dude, remember the old ones, just how boring they were. I love the chemistry between all the hosts. I loved seeing all the old stuff on the set. I love the intro, like Tony said. That was great.
Okay.
Loved the show. It was great.
Okay, man, I'm giving it 3 wise men. I'm giving it a shot of Hypnotic, and I'm finishing off with the Terramana. Shout out to The Rock. It's like, let's line them up. Line them up. And they call me a lift because I'm not getting behind the wheel with that. All right, let's go ahead.
One major issue, though. Those awesome 40th anniversary T-shirts I had and those black hoodies, Bullet Club looking hoodies, we can't get them. They're custom
never
made.
Say never. Never say never. I mean, Hasbro likes making money. I will part with my money to get my hands on those.
I was ready to pre-order those over the toys, man. I just, me, I'm all geared up. I got my shout out to
okay. Styling, profiling. I see you. I see you, Moodster.
I ain't gonna wear it like this because then they'll be like, oh, he's trying to be like that dude. So I gotta wear it like this. You're like, yo, domesticate. All right, so good.
All right, so this episode, especially inspired by our one and only Fixer, we're going to focus on Win118 figures. Now, I've been having a dalliance with Win118. I got a couple of Fortnite figs. I got maybe a couple of TVC figs to go with my X-Wing and my TIE Fighter, but I tend to stick to 112. So, Fixer, we're seeing a lot of good stuff coming out of Win118. We're seeing stuff. We're going to go over the O-ring figures. We're going to go over the Hiya Toys is going to be coming up. But first, what do you think is going on behind this resurgence of Win118 that's happening alongside the Classified Series 6-inch with Sky Strike and everything else? Like, give us your take on that.
Well, everybody loves like I still love 112. The detail that you get on that is all great, but there's that nostalgia for the 118, and I bought a few of the Walmart retro figures, and the quality just wasn't there. The plastic was super soft, and so people were just kind of like, eh. But then they're like, okay, we're bringing back the O-ring. Can you get that shot right in your childhood? And dude, that's why I'm avoiding O-ring like crazy, because if I, if once you take that hit,
Mm-hmm.
dude, I can't. My wife would leave me.
Kids, be careful. Don't try this at home. Adult supervision. What about like Trav? I know you said you got 2 of the Sky Strikers, right?
I did, yeah. And
that Sky Striker looks sweet, but I had to stay away because I did not want that to be my intro into Win118. Although there's one thing that may count as my first Win118 Joe purchase. We'll talk about that one later. But Fixer, you got a lot of stuff out of Marauder Task Force as well, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So yeah.
Ryan introduced me to a lot of that, and I just, man, the get my mouth to work. The options that you have, especially if you're into customizing, because I've found myself with 118 where a lot of that is I've either got to go pay somebody who made it, and it's kind of expensive, man, and it adds up a lot, especially with the way that I do stuff, because I'm always like, I want this and I want that and I want this and I want that, or you're buying extra figures, you know. But like with Marauders, I just go in there and, okay, I want to put these legs on this body, and I want him to have this armor, and he can have this hat. And I could go silly on that, man. I could make a 1/18 scale figure end up being $50, you know, if you're not careful. And the geared up that MJ does every now and then, man, you can get some really.
When you say really,
MJ, the Marauder John, I believe, okay. the leader, the founder of Marauders.
The gun runners.
Every now and then they'll do what they call geared up. Like I've got one. This guy was a geared up figure. Okay. I mean, just look at all the stuff that it comes with, right? No. And this was $24, I think. It was 20 something dollars. I mean, and if you took all this, if you pieced it out each one of these parts individually, you're probably looking, you know, $30-40. So it's a great deal. Bart, he does some customs, and I can't remember. Art Simon, ran into him, met him through the old Legions of Alaverse, and he was really, really into it. He kind of tried to suck me into it at first, and I was really hesitant about 1/18. And even like when I first started doing it, I was like, well, this is kind of cool, and then when the pandemic hit, and you know, we couldn't get Joe's and all the other stuff, I was able to get 1/18 stuff from Marauders, and dude, it was over at that point. And now, you know, and you can take old Joe's, like my buddy Ryan, Dreadnought Zartan, or Dreadnought Ryan, of course. Dreadnought Zartan. With your Mr. Guys, it's been a long week. Toys. I'm sorry.
Ryan Sweeney, the homie right
Ryan Sweeney, my man, dude. He is such an awesome guy, man. You know, he knew I was going through some crap. And he was like, you know what's going to make you happy? And he sends me just a gigantic box of G.I. Joes and Marauders and parts. Yeah. Dude, it was amazing. It's so amazing. Right. And I could never repay him enough for that. But dude, it got me. And now I have enough 112 to where like I can't even begin to display it all. You know, and I know you guys know that problem.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So I'm starting, you know, I'm like, okay, well, what if I stop here or slow down a lot, right? Because like I'm pretty much done with Black Series. I think I've got everything out of there that I want. Pretty much got everything out of Marvel Legends that I want. And the Joe stuff, I was doing, I want all of the things, but I really need to pull back on that. So kind of my rule of thumb now is I'm not pre-ordering anything, and if I find it on the hunt, then great.
Yep, exactly. So, I do everything. I do everything by the hunt. But let me ask you, just moving on, and let me ask you all this: like, what are some of the pros and cons between 1/18, 1/12? Moody, I know that you've been grabbing O-ring stuff left and right. We're gonna touch on the 2-pack.
Yeah, I'll show it off. So I'm not gonna lie, I had the second one on Macari, and people were smart enough to go on Hasbro Pulse and just get it for retail. But I said, all right, I'll open it up, and there it is. You know, we're getting the classic Snake Eyes, comes with the extra weapons in the pack. So you know what? These are sturdier than when I had these as a kid. Except you got to be careful, very careful putting in the weapons, because the fingertips can kind of chip the paint a little bit, but. Otherwise, very sturdy on the hinges and everything. People are going to be great posing for 1/18. I also got all right, OG Storm Shadow too.
Oh yeah. So yeah. So let me ask you. So what do you like about these versus the 112 classified figs that you have of Snake?
I mean, it's vehicles. So the thing is, we're look we're right at the top of the notes. We got the thing that blew away most people's minds, and it's an O-ring collaboration. So I think the thing is, what are we gonna get for? unless you get 3D printed stuff that's not going to have all the decals. Classified vehicles, it's going to happen, but it's going to be like Black Series. You might get 5 or 6, and then before the run's over, you know, where we can probably get 20, 30, you know, right now it doesn't seem that way, but hopefully eventually 20, 30 vehicles. And G.I. Joe's known for their vehicular combat, man. So the big, you know, the big displays and everything. So yeah, that's what it is. I'm not like, I would never choose these over classified, but these are cool and they're nostalgic and they go in the vehicles, or they go with the vehicles, the Sky Strikers and the Hisses and whatnot. So that's honestly, it's the bottom line, is just, you can just get vehicles with the 118.
Tony, what about you? Have 118 on the horizon, or anything that you've got your eye on? Maybe some of the 2-packs or something?
118, no, I really don't see myself getting into 118, but I'm glad all this stuff and O-ring is coming out for people who do want it. You know, back in the day, if we're talking about, you know, customizing, those were the first things I really customized.
Yeah.
All you need is a tiny Phillips screwdriver to take apart the thighs, put them in the back, and then all my guys had, oh, I have to have a knife on one thigh, I have to have a sidearm on the other thigh, and he's got a backpack, and it looks cool with his color. Never painted nothing. I was a kid, but just taking stuff apart. And I'm like, okay, this little O-ring is gonna break. I gotta get another one. You know, so and then right when I saw that Baroness and the His Tank Megatron, I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah.
I'm not into this, but like I was telling you guys, that's the business.
A lot of us press that button. Yeah.
Wow. Now that just opens it up. Is there going to be a Starscream? Is there going to be an Optimus Prime? Oh my goodness. Don't get into it, Tony. Don't get into the 118.
We all saw those releases back in Comic-Cons and years past and stuff like that. So it's like, there's a lot of room they can go into. But speaking about vehicles, that takes us to our next section. Robo Skull from Skeletron. Now these packs,
insane.
This is vicious. The backer kit is still live, so you still have until April 30th to get your hands on one of those. You can put in 4-inch figures. So this still ties into the previous segment, but you can also put in 6-inch. You can take out the seat. How genius is that? You can take out the seat and you can put in your 6 figures. So I can have Red Skull piloting a Robo Skull. I can have Darth Maul in a sick ass Sith fighter. It's like I can have all this stuff. A Marauder has like a bunch of cool figs, 4-inch and 6-inch, that you can also get along with this. So Chris, before we go into that, I want to give a special shout out to Ian Kennedy, who we lost earlier this year. He was one of the chief artists behind the British iteration of Action Force, which also tied into G.I. Joe stateside. Just amazing art, wild designs, great cover art out of Battle Magazine, which then became Battle Action Force Magazine, and actually did art for this Kickstarter campaign for Robo Skull. He was, you know, how we had Hector Garrido for G.I. Joe, Action Force, Palatoy Action Force had Ian Kennedy. So I just want to give a very special, proper respect to him and all his fans. So Chris, what do you think about this campaign, man? This Robo Skull that's driving us all nuts right now.
I don't know, man. I don't think I'm into it. You know, okay, you got me. Dude, I was backer number 2. I was sitting here. I was sitting here the morning that it came out, and I'm like, refresh.
Backer number 2. Who was backer number 1? Ryan Sweeney?
I don't.
Probably.
No, Ryan was number 4.
Wow.
And it was just because we're indecisive. You know, we had, because like I'm scrolling through and I'm like, which one? I'm all in, and I hit it because I'm like, I have to wake up the kids and I have to get ready for work. I was like, nope, I'm all in. Let's go. And, dude, I don't know what it was, man. That as soon as Skeletron started their, you know, because they kind of started doing tweets. And stuff like that before we even knew what, and I was just like, dude, I don't even know what the hell this is, but I want in on it, because Skeletron, we all knew, you know, we all know what Skeletron was, or, you know, a lot of people know what Skeletron was, and I was like, oh, this is going to be something cool. And I had people whispering in my ear, they're like, you know, oh man, I know something's coming. And then when when it got revealed, it was even more amazing than I thought it could be. You know, this is what happens when people like us have skills enough to, you know, to develop something like that. You're like, why not have missiles coming out of its mouth? Why not have it, you know, shoot electric shit from, you know, I mean, why not? Why not have ports on it where you can put the guns from your, you know, retaliation, crimson, or not crimson, the his tanks, you know, you take the missile launchers off of there, plug it into there. It's like toy nerds' dreams. This is, you know, they gave these guys, Ben and Mark. No, that's from Cat. Dude, I don't even know what my name is from one day to the next.
No, but shout out to all the dudes at Skeletron.
Dude, they just, it's like you could feel that they were fans.
Yeah.
Right. You knew they were fans. And then to get, you know, the blessing from Bob Breakin, dude, you know, that's big time.
So for those that don't know, the Skeletron Roboskull is actually an update of an old Action Force vehicle that was sort of like a trademark signature of theirs that really helped differentiate the aesthetic of Action Force from the stateside G.I. Joes, because Palitoy Action Force had some wild figures on their own, right? And we see people making customs of those. So yeah, man, it looks something straight out of a heavy metal album cover. Like, I want to get the Lady Death figure. I want to get the Tarna heavy metal figure. I just want them like flanking it, like, you know, like sort of like the booty girls of the Roboskull. I mean, respectfully, of course, with respect.
When I hear Metallica's Creeping Death, this is what I think of now. It's like Roboskulls just. Yeah, right. It's crazy.
But speaking of Kickstarter, let's all show some love to our homies Mark Bunchanan and his boys. They got their very first Kickstarter, the howitzer cannon. Lots of accessories, lots of detail. It's like something out of a movie set, but shrunk down to 1/12 scale. So let me ask Tony, what do you think of this first Kickstarter from Gridiron?
Man, it was incredible. It was very impressive. I'm like, oh wow, he went and did that thing. Okay, now we need a Jeep to tow it. We need something. You know, it's just the shells he has for it, the detail, all the rivets. It's like, man, I think I was talking to him not long ago. Quaid went off on that thing. You know, that was his baby. So shout out to Quaid and all of them, because wow, that thing's incredible. That's crazy. Right.
Yeah, it's a really savvy update of the original Joe howitzer cannon. And if they can pull this off, there's so many play sets and so many different accessories that they could do, like a ultra high def version of it. Trav, what did you think about the howitzer and all the little goodies that come with it?
Yeah, so this is the beginning of beautiful things to come. So the way I looked at it, I'm definitely going to back it. I'm kind of waiting toward the end of the month, see how things are. Now that I got a couple commercials underway, it looks like I'll have plenty of money to support him on this and get all the stretch goals. So you got the radar module just hit. It's a $20 add-on, but they've already surpassed 20K. I think right now they're at almost 25,000 backers with 22 days to go. So that's amazing.
They fully funded in like 12 hours, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Lightning fast. Right.
Yeah. They got over 100 backers. I'll certainly be added to that. And so other modules, stretch goals. I mean, just to talk about the howitzer, it's a 1055 millimeter thing. You know, it's 14 and a half length in inches, 6 width, and a 7 height. So it's a pretty big item.
Yeah.
And there's a base radio free add-on that comes with it. Pretty cool. It unlocked already at 10K. And then there's the comms pack. If you, I think it's the breaker one, but if not, it's an optional add-on. But yeah, I'm definitely gonna go all in. But the point of all this is when you help them out with all this money, they're gonna be able to produce vehicles that we're not gonna get that I talked about earlier. Or maybe even jump into a toy line where they'll have the money to not have to worry about a lot of the overseas issues and stuff. So, yeah, this is going to help a family that you've seen on the show before. They're great guys. The Von Cannons, love them.
On
Welcome
Toy Kind of Mood.
DROME, and then Toy Kind of Mood as well. They haven't been on our show yet, but they will.
No, need to get over here. Yeah,
they will. But yeah, this is to set for this isn't just for the howitzer. This is to you know, if you want 112 vehicles and you want more stuff from Gridiron, that's gonna impact your amazing, you know, classified collection. So please help.
Opens the door for a whole lot more.
Yeah, absolutely.
And let's not
Chris.
forget to mention that none of this is coming from China, so we don't have to worry about the shipping problems. You know, none of that stuff. It's all coming from Arizona.
Right, baby.
Yeah, Chris, what did you think about the howitzer, man? Well, how's it look to you?
It was super, super hard to not beg my wife for that. You know, for one, because I really wanted to support the guys, but the only reasons, well, there's many reasons, but I couldn't, just because of the timing. You know, and I'm thinking, I was like, man, I love this friggin' thing, but I don't have the room for it.
22 days left, so.
Well, you never know, man, because I did find out that the new job has quarterly bonuses. So, you know, maybe.
Yep.
I'm definitely not saying no for sure, but like right now, if it like ended in an hour, I wouldn't be able to do it.
Yeah, I don't know if I would be able to either, but in 22 days, likely. But
yeah, you never know.
You never know.
If it was like, you know, if we were in a different space financially, you know, like if I hadn't quit my job last year, then dude, I'd be all over it. Because dude, those guys, I know people talk about the price and, you know, it's pricey, dude. It really is. But the quality is there. I mean, because I've spent more money on lower quality stuff.
Yeah.
So dude, I'm more than willing to pay $30 for a weapon system from them, because I know when I get it that it's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
And you know, and they back their stuff up.
Yeah, you can see it with their add-ons on the vehicles, like the Sentry weapons platform, the miniguns, the missile pods. Like it's just, even with that, it's like, it looks so dope. It almost made me want to go grab some retro scale vehicles as well, just so I could just plus them up. They look vicious. Just have them as diorama pieces in the background, you know.
Yeah.
But it's a fun time. It's a fun time, especially if you're a Joe fan. I think, tell him.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
20 years of G.I. Joe, real American hero. Whenever there's trouble, G.I. Joe is there. G.I. Joe will always dare. Comic books, cartoons, figures made for action. Commercials made, you want that? Let me get that Mobat. Breaker clutch, grunt and flash, rock and roll, bazooka zap, shipwreck gloves, navy grog, mud came where the junkyard does, scarlet rocks and crossbow, PSAs, the more you know, touch the line, you'll get a shock, oh thank goodness, here's Roadblock, and now you know, knowing is half the battle, sick as that, Cutter's boat, the hovercraft, really floats, Stalker is from Michigan, then there were the mail-ins, dysfunctional relationships like Steeler and the Baroness, Rashikage, Ninja Bros, Snake Eyes, and Storm Shadow, Dragonfly, roams the skies, no one ever really dies, Cobra bats by the dozen, Destroyed Lady, JR Cousins, Duke, Hawk, Rakonda Doc, Cold Slither plays the hardest rock, Scrap Iron has mixed loyalty, Major Blood writes poetry, and now you know. Knowing is half the battle. G.I. Joe. Cobra Commander losing it, surrounds himself with idiots. Why does Cobra get beat? Because their leader screams Mott and Tomax. Cobra Box replacing cash. No Cobra schemes intangible. They even brainwashed animals. Darkness cubes from coast to coast. Blackmailing 3 different ghosts. Destro running guns from Mars. Controlling weather from the stars. Cobra Law, new emperor. This I command Serpentor. Why Serpentor? Super Cray? They lost Sun Tzu's DNA. And now you know. Knowing is half the battle. G.I. Joe. Night Raven, Arctic Blast, Desert Fox, Snowcat, face paint, dog tags. Everyone still wants a flag. 40 years of awesome war. Let's hope there's 40 more. Fighting for freedom, land and air. Whenever there's trouble, G.I. Joe is there. And now you know. That's half the battle. Wait, what's the other half of the battle? G.I. Joe. Cut! All right, let's do it again from the top.
All right, now some of the fun 118 stuff we got on the horizon is from Hiya Toys. Now they do a lot of stuff from like Alien, Predator. They even have some new Judge Dredd stuff coming up, and we're going to see some 112 action figures from them as well. Not just Judge Dredd, but I think Rambo. I think they're going to do some stuff from Hiya Toys. But Chris, what do you think? Have you ever gotten any of the Hiya Toys before? Like,
No, but whenever they announced this, I went to Amazon and I bought a 2-pack of the RoboCop, the remake,
Okay.
the little robots, because I was like, oh, those will fit in anywhere. So those are those are older, and the detail's good, but the plastic's kind of soft. It was really kind of reminded me of the Walmart retro figures. It was borderline there with the softness on it, but it did have a lot of weapons, but the RoboCop weapons were just kind of trash. So luckily, luckily Gridiron makes good stuff. So I've been told that the quality has come up from other people that have bought more Hiya stuff. So I'm cautiously optimistic as to how they're going to handle the 118th Joe. And I'm pretty excited to see, what they come out with, since I'm staying away from O-Ring.
Okay, yeah. This is sort of like how I'm collecting, Travis and I are collecting Mezco G.I. Joes, and how those are to classify. These Hiya Toys look like this is what they are to the Hasbro figures. So it looks kind of cool. Tony, this might be your stepping stones into 118, man. You never know. It's going to be super dope. But speaking of super dope stuff, you can check out the homie Trav's review of IDW's G.I. Joe Saturday Morning Adventures. If you can get an issue, that is, man, they were selling like hotcakes.
Yeah.
Get it digital. Yeah. If you can't get it physical, get it digital. I bought it from Comixology.
Right, there you go.
Right. So yeah, I had to do the review digitally, of course, because I haven't been to a comic store in so long, I'm not gonna lie. So at least before the pandemic, and I went back to the old one I used to go to over in Burbank, House of Secrets, go see Paul. What up, Paul? So went to go check him out, and he's like, yeah, they're sold out. But thankfully, I was able to order cover A and cover B. Thank you. A shout out to Diana Davis, who helped me out, like trying to figure out where the stuff is, trying to get me maybe a possible cover C. But I got the cover A and cover B for issues 1 and 2. So my review at Geeks Have Game is up for issue 1. And yeah, they did on the Pulse stream, 40th anniversary, they interviewed Tom Waltz, the IDW. He's an editor and a co-writer at TMNT. So it was cool because I'm sure they couldn't get Larry Hama for different reasons. So they Tom pretty much talked about Larry the whole time. So that was cool. It was kind of like that way, that way of getting Larry on without getting Larry on. So it worked. But yeah, the comic's cool. It's 101 with the traditional A Real American Hero cartoon. So check out the review, check out the book if you can, digital or print.
Yeah. And everybody, don't forget to check us out for episode 4, where we'll be talking with 3D Joe's one and only R. Carson Metaxas and his exciting Operation Recall, getting people like Ron Rudat, Kirk Bozigian, and actually making their own custom 118 Joes. It's going to be pretty awesome. But let's go ahead into the big shindig. Yesterday's Hasbro Pulse 40th anniversary G.I. Joe live stream. You already got our ratings. It left us drunk AF, and it was just a lot of fun, a ton of reveals. Let's go ahead and get right into it. What did you guys think about Zorana, Dusty, and Crimson Guard? I know that we had flashes and hints of, they may be on the horizon, leaks from his tank, that kind of stuff. So we kind of knew, but to finally actually see the designs, what did you all think? Travis, what did you think of Zorana?
Oh, I was going to kick it to Tony because he hasn't said a whole lot in a while.
Well, shit. Is Dr. Mindbender in with those 3? Zorana, Dusty, and Crimson?
Yeah, so like they started with Zorana, they started with Dusty and Crimson Guard. I was actually going to go to you for the Python Patrol Trooper, Rakondo, and Bazooka, since your Rakondo is so sick. And then Chris, I was going to ask you about Nakamura from the comics and Dr. Mindbender. Okay.
All right. Well, Travis, when he posted that, like, they didn't even want to touch your Rakondo. I was like, oh, that flattered the hell out of me. I'm like, I saw him. I'm like, oh man, I was disappointed. I was disappointed. I don't want Tiger Force. I'll tell you right now, I'm happy for it coming out, so people who want it can have it and get it. But like I said in the last podcast, when I told you guys, my customizer mind will probably get them, tweak them, do something with them, add them to mine, do something else with them. It's a lot of just fodder. It's pieces for me to play with. I know his I don't know, the shoulder holster they had looked kind of suspect, but he's carrying a pack with it. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So I don't know. I'm just not a Dagger Force fan, but man, his face sculpt looked real good. His hat looked real good, and there's nothing a coat of paint won't fix for me.
Yeah. So it sounds like you might be waiting on the main line. Travis, what do you think about Crimson Guard?
It's I do wish they updated it a little bit. We saw those updated images that you sent yesterday in the chat, and those were cool. Who was the person who updated those reses to make them classified?
What do you mean?
There were pictures of different Dusty. They said this is what it'll look like if they're classified versions. Oh shit, that's my other chat room. I'm gonna have to throw those up. So someone
cool. Oh yeah, I mentioned that too. But there was a guy David Burrow or something like that.
Okay, glad you saved it. You saved the
second. Yeah, no, it was in the chat. I remember seeing that too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm sorry if I got it wrong.
Okay, yeah. Okay, I see what you mean. I see what you mean. Yeah, about the people, someone doing their own versions of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Someone hooked them up classified style. Yeah.
Yeah, as much as I'm in love with, people do make good points. I wouldn't go because I love the stream. I thought it was unbelievable, but
same.
People are going crazy about like, oh, it's just. It's so a real American hero. Why don't they just do that in the retro packaging, which is a great point, but it shouldn't dismiss the quality of the figures that they're doing. And right. They are giving us even if it's a vocal minority, people are begging for the 80s style, and that's what we're getting. So it is what it is at this point.
All right. Yeah. Chris, what did you think about Dr. Mindbender, dude?
Dude. So I was never into Mindbender. Mindbender, I was always like, what is up with that outfit, man? That's, this guy's supposed to be a dentist. And I was like, dude, that's not an office I want to go to. So,
and he's all yoked up.
Yeah, right. And he's got the, going down to the cod piece. And,
he's got
just like,
bro, body, man. He's got Zartan body.
It's like, you are a weird cat, and that was that was around the time I think in A Real American Hero where it got less and less prevalent, like it really wasn't collecting anymore, started working and blah 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 blah. But yeah, that Mindbender is just weird. That's gonna be a pass for me.
Wow. Okay.
Now the figure itself looks good. I mean, and a lot of people that were into Mindbender really really dug it. It's just Mindbender's never been my that's not been my jam.
Okay. I can see a lot of people taking Mindbender and taking the Mr. Fantastic like arms and lab coat and that kind of thing, and like sort of making a version 2 Mindbender, for example.
Yeah,
so make a Dr. Venom out of him or something.
Yeah.
So the eyeglass, did you notice that it zooms in on his eye like a normal?
Yeah, that's pretty tight. Where how Lenny was explaining that the eye, when you look at it, the eye is going to be bigger. I'm like, that's pretty. What is it, KJ? You said toyetic before.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just a cool little. It kind of gave me the vibe back whenever I was a kid of the $1 Million Man. No, that's Ted DiBiase. The $6 Million Man. Where you could look through his
the back of his
back of his skull, and it was like the bionic eye. I was like, that's kind of cool, just like a little trick eye,
Dating ourselves right now.
Yeah, right. Just little things, man. Little things like that go a long way.
We had already touched on Tom Waltz's interview with Emily about the IDW Spotlight. There's a 40th anniversary silent interlude issue that's coming out where they're going to be each page is going to be a different artist. Larry Hama himself redoing the cover. I think you can already get the 30th anniversary now of Silent Interlude, like on Amazon, that kind of stuff. So it's going to be really cool to see what they do for the 40th special. And it was, the reaction figures, the Renegade Games card game with the miniatures. Like there's like a lot of cool stuff they had during it, but we got to go straight to the figure reveals. Now, Corey C, shout out to this dude. This dude is like, I'm gonna copy this dude's style. I'm gonna steal his style. I'm gonna just be black.
He should be Dr. Mindbender.
He is Dr. Mindbender. He is.
Dr. Mindbender with a shirt on.
Yeah. But Travis, what did you think about Sergeant Stalker?
Oh yeah, so that was my favorite reveal
Oh,
of the last Joe show, and the digital render. Now that we see it in hand, it's everything we wanted. So the only thing is, I don't think this is the scarf, the chalet, right? Is not it's not soft goods. I think it looks like a
No.
plastic.
Hard plastic,
Yeah, it's a
yeah.
plastic piece. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's, and then also Dusty. We were wondering about that, but that kind of the hood in the back of the helmet.
Has the Havelock? That's the
cloth,
Havelock.
yeah, that's not that is soft goods, I believe. That is. Lenny said it's soft goods.
Okay.
So, are you guys gonna get the Dusty Gridiron set to go, the loadout to go with this Dusty as well, or are you gonna have two? Or like, I'm curious about that.
Yeah, man. It's just like I was talking to Mark. It's like these loadouts, those character loadouts are genius because it's just like how just add water and you have a cake. Just add the figure and you have like the perfect representation of it. So, and those loadouts are designed that you can take any damn figure and make a Dusty and make a Footloose. So to actually have a Dusty base, it just makes it sweeter. It's just that buttercream frosting that it's going to be great.
Yeah, I
Take
just love
that
I
zero
still
and
do
make it a
that,
hero.
Yeah,
we
exactly.
all talked at once. We're all excited.
Sorry.
Yeah, super excited.
Cue me the fucking.
Okay, Tony, what did you think about the Viper Officer and the Viper 3-pack, man?
That looks
Come
good.
to Harbor.
I know it's expensive as hell, right? It's like 90 something
$90,
dollars, I think.
$89.99.
But they all looked really good. I've seen some more reviews on. Some of them didn't have the red padding on the arms, and then you could see different skin tones. They might be different ethnicities and stuff. I heard that.
Yeah. Mhm.
And then I heard the Dork Side's coming out with the officer by himself.
Yeah, they do loose figs all the time at
Yeah,
Dorset.
I didn't know that, and I was like, oh wow, that's cool. But I mean, if you can swing it, get three of them. I mean, I don't know what to do now. I could get three of them. I might get them all. You know what I mean? So because they look really cool as hell, and man, it's just army building. You know what I mean? I'm not too into army building, but like we said, there's my 5 troopers. There's my 3 bats. You know what I mean? As long as I can see them out there and they're really available. Yeah, I can swing that and get that. It just makes your display look great. You know what I mean?
Shout out to Jay's Armory while we're talking about it, right?
Oh, big time! I got
Oh,
so much
yeah.
stuff from him.
Yeah.
New
All that.
accessories.
All that. Shoot, I got some more bats in right now just to go with my
nice.
James Armory stuff. I'm
Beautiful.
loaded with bats. And also shout out to Gridiron and all their Viper stuff, the Viper Heavy set, the Officer Loadout set, the RPKs. Like I have so much Viper Gridiron stuff. I need more Vipers, and now I have them. Chris, Zaymot, and Tomax. Extensive enterprises, man. What did you think of the Crimson Twins?
I had those in the O-ring, and the only thing that I'm really disappointed by is that they're not in a 2-pack.
Yeah.
That was that they had that, because remember they sold
mirror.
them as a 2-pack, you know, and that's really, I remember seeing that in the store, and you're like, oh, it's like, you know, two figures in there, and look at them, and the one's got the scar, and they're twins, and they're mirror image, and you know, and if you were reading the comics, they were badasses in the comics. They were a lot less goofy than, you know, and I thought they were pretty cool in the show too.
In the
you know,
show,
I like the,
They're
you know, I like
acrobats,
the gimmick, so, but I think they did really good with what we've seen. That's if I see that, I'm getting it.
Chris, there was some controversy with the scar, because if you remember the animated, the scar is different on one of the, is it
Zaymot?
It's
supposed to have it.
Different on the cartoon than it was in the comics and the toy. So there's some people like, it's wrong, but it's only wrong to your version.
Right.
So you can't.
Yeah.
Or it's on the wrong side or whatever. You know, a lot of that's happening right now because of the different, you know, emulations we've gotten.
No offense to anybody, but I got better shit to worry about in my life.
Thank God.
Yeah, it's like swap the heads and shut up. You know what I mean? Or what,
Right.
I don't
Pretty
know.
much.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
they're fucking twins.
Get some paint. I do want to talk about one guy when I get a chance, though.
All right, go for it.
Yeah.
Kamakura. So this is the one that really blew me away, because I read the whole Devil's Due run last year, Master and Apprentice. This was Snake Eyes Apprentice.
Same here.
Ninja. This is the left field choice, right? Because we're like, it's kind of the smack to the face of all the comments, because like, oh, it's all real American hero, and then here's a character from post 94. You know, he's the son of Fred Broca, Sean Collins. So it's awesome. It opens up a whole can of worms, because now we can have, you know, we could have the Stahl siblings now, Bomb Strike, Barrel Roll, Blackout. We can get Helix. We can get current Don Moreno,
Ninja Force. Yeah.
Right. Shadow Tracker, that Predator looking dude, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, that was so crazy.
He's badass, dude.
Yeah. Kamakura's boy, Tiger Claw, you know? So we could get the Medi Vipers. We can get all kind of stuff that isn't just from back in the day, you know? So thank you, Lenny, so much for, you know, opening up,
slice and dice
all the that's what makes it classified, is when it's all universe, you know. So
yeah, you talk about a deep cut, man. That was
awesome.
I had to do a double take when they announced it. I was like, what, really?
Yeah.
Speaking of doing a double take, what got me to do that was the collabo. They brought out Ben from the Transformers team to intro the Megatron and Baroness his tank collaboration. This is I pushed that button so damn fast. Like, I'm all about Transformers, man. It's like, I love Transformers, and mixing it with G.I. Joe. Yeah, man, let's fucking go. Who else got that his tank collaboration?
Guilty.
Okay.
We all did.
We all got it. Yeah.
Oh,
it's gonna be perfect. You can sit Baroness in the cockpit after Megatron transforms. So it's like Megatron as a mech. It's like,
that's the damn thing changing my mind about them damn O-rings I told you earlier. I'm like, wow, damn bitches.
Got me.
I'm not gonna open the O-ring. I might like squirrel that one away and use it for trade bait or something.
Yeah.
But I bet you that you know, Baron Ironblood would look pretty badass riding on Megatron's back. You know, just
okay. Yeah.
Do you think that Baroness will be probably just sold separately, carded?
Oh, it's carded. You think so?
Well, I mean, sold. Or do you think the only way to get Baroness is with this collaborative effort?
Maybe for a little while. You know, like they did with the coil, right? Where in Classified, where she came with the coil, and then now they're about to release her in, you know, the retro line or whatever. So this may be the only war. Yeah, and I mean, come on, man. We've got guys that buy stuff for $300-400 off of eBay. If they would just wait another week, they could get it for retail. So
right.
I mean, if there's people that do that, somebody will trade me something cool for an O-ring Baroness on card.
Oh, speaking of on card, what did everyone think about the reveals of the classified figures on card back during the Q&A? Like, they brought out Gung Ho, Destro, Lady J, and the Baroness. What did you think about the 6-inch? Oh, thumbs down. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't care.
Well, they're flimsy cards. They're flimsy cards. They're not the cards that we're getting with Marvel Legends or Star Wars.
Oh yeah, true.
Like, I don't know, you can't see it, I guess. Well, yeah, you can. Yeah. Just do that. See those? Those are all. Those are stiff cards, you know. And then the white border outline's not there on these, and they're crap. And then I hate how they're exactly like the retro 4-inch with the weapons cover almost half the damn card. You know, they're not tucked behind or on the sides. There's so much open bubble space. We talked about this. It's horrible.
Yeah.
Like, I guess we're gonna get a great Gung Ho though. So that's a
right.
It's a good chance for people to get Baroness that didn't get her. But other than that, I don't know. I might skip them unless I just happen to bump into them at Walmart. I'm not gonna go crazy over them.
Same here. I'm gonna skip them, but that Gung Ho is mine. I could give a damn about the cards. For me, it's the cards as if you want to, like you did, display them on your wall, you know, decorate, whatever. But nah, I see that Gung Ho. There he is. That's mine. You know, I'm getting him. The other ones, maybe, but I say that now.
And it's got this. They no longer have the whole file card.
That's what I don't like. But
but it's a global company, so they're gonna.
Right.
You know, I think they do have that for certain U.S. only releases, like the Pulse releases and stuff like that. Those will have the whole file card.
Like Wayne Ruffle.
Wayne Ruffle's getting his whole thing.
Yeah. He's a Navy pilot from New York. So what's that?
Fail safe, baby.
Yeah.
So it was an amazing event for Joe fans, coming right off the heels of Yojo January. Does anyone have any community spotlights they want to give a shout out to? I have one in particular, but I just wanted to open it up for people. No? Oh,
I think
well,
we
that-
all can agree. Tony and I were both talking about the same thing. Again, another shout out to Marauder Ruben.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, because he's just a great dude. Just a stand-up guy, man. I can't say enough about him. You know,
Yes.
and you're gonna do a trade with Ruben.
Yeah.
'Cause,
Same here.
man,
we gotta get him on the show. And he's
Hell
another
yeah.
guy I've copied from. I copied his Firefly. He used the Valaverse and did some stuff with that. And I said, yeah, Marauder, I'm getting that. As soon as I did it, he loved it, gave me love. You know, I love giving him whoever credit to whoever I copy or that, ooh, I could do that too, and I want to do it. And great idea. Shout out to them when I post it. You guys see I give love to whoever did it first or whoever, but because I love doing that, man. If I'm gonna copy you and I can do it, it's awesome. And Ruben's a real one right there.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think he's the key inspiration of the Gravedigger set that's on Gridiron. Travis, what did you think of that Gravedigger set?
Oh, dude.
I want to make that now.
Yeah, I'm good. I haven't put in my new order for Gridiron. It was a very slow February, but those two loadouts, especially, you know, the Gravedigger inspired heavy with the skull mask, kind of the awesome orange skull mask, and then the Riot loadout is so dope. What, you know, with the TAR 21, the orange one. So yeah, man. And then you know, Gridiron had a lot of cool SIGs come out. 6-pack of SIG pistol sidearms, so you can get a desert tan color and black. So
Desert black.
Gridiron's killing it all the way,
Yeah,
and Marauder, shout out to him, and rock and roll, right?
Well, I had to give a special shout out to Giles on Instagram, Yojo ARAH, for his Blizzard from 1988. Excellent version of it. You can go on Instagram and check out that figure. It is fantastic. And I don't know if you guys have any customs off to the side real quick. I have one in particular, once again, for my buddy Dave Story. I've been working on this one for a good long while. This is mine, Crimson Cobra Commander.
Oh man.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
We see it.
So,
he looks
Dave,
amazing,
this is for you.
dude.
Wow.
This one, like I really took my time with this. A lot of detail work. My next few customs will not take literally as long, but I'm very proud of it. This is for a good buddy of mine from Toy Kind of Mood. So Dave, cheers.
Nice.
Cheers.
I'm jealous, Dave. Kevin went all out on that one.
This is a Black Genghis custom. So.
Hell yeah. I know Romo's got to go soon, but I was thinking I got to show him those dread knots that I was showing.
Yes, that's what I want to see.
So that bike is from McFarlane, you know, the drifter bike. It's 7-inch, but look, it works. Everybody's wondering. And
man, I'm getting some Mad Max vibes off that dreadnought right there. That's nice.
That's awesome.
The Dreadnoughts crew, easy. Just the simplest kit bashes in the world. This is a custom
nice
Punisher skull head. I got
on and
then I put Crossbones
motorcycle Punisher.
No, that's
well,
nice.
Then you got Crossbones on.
And then we got just two more. So gonna have a whole biker crew, just skull dudes, man. And I gotta get Bone Collector and Kirak. BBT.
Oh, he'll set it off. Yeah.
They're hurting right now, but as soon as we get them, we'll have the whole Dreadnoughts. And Zorana, you know, Zorana will join them hopefully sooner than later, right? So,
yeah, there you go.
Yeah, her and her brother are the true Dreadnoughts.
The true
Dreadnoughts.
And then I got two more. Sorry. So and then you go right there, a crazy looking. This was inspired by, I think might have been Rick Lopez.
Oh, okay.
And then just kind of like a early look at like a hardball custom.
Nice
variant. And then this is cool, man. I love this one.
I dig that.
Simple and easy.
That's dope. Yeah, I remember that. I remember when you posted that. That's nice.
Yeah, this sort of fixer reminds me of your Baroness core that you have.
Yeah.
Well, I think I have that head on one of mine.
Yeah, it's dope. Gentlemen, as always, it's a fun time in the Terradrome. Happy Yojo 40th with y'all. Shout out, as always, to Tony Figs on the gram, Kit Bash Creations, you know where to find them, Trav Moody, repping Geeks Have Game, and of course, Black Genghis, KJ. Y'all have a great weekend. Have a great time with the Joes. And until next time, peace.
Yo, Joe.
Peace out, Yo, Joe. Very nice.